So it looks like we are live. So welcome, everybody. This is Jeff Berger, and this is Testimonial Tuesday. And I am all about abundance and optimum wellness, physically, mentally, and financially. I'm also known as your holistic wellness gladiator. So before I formally introduce my special guest tonight, many of you have followed my holistic journey. And my mission really with these weekly interviews is to provide value, to bring some light to people who are, really out there searching for different health and wellness nuggets, if you will. And, what we're trying to do is share this information because it's not in mainstream media, and we think it should be in mainstream media. And that's what we're doing, is we're doing that. So for me, as a certified health and integrative wellness coach, I'm partnered with the only holistic mental wellness company that actually focuses on the microbiome, which is the gut-brain axis. And my guest is going to be talking about that and her successes as well. And this really is the science that's disrupting the health and wellness industry today, because Hippocrates was the first documented that we know of who stated that all disease starts in the gut. So if you're joining me live tonight, please let us know in the comments where you're coming in from. If you're going to catch us on the replay, definitely let us know. We will circle around with you and answer any questions that you have. So without further ado, my guest comes from Texarkana, Texas. She's the mom to Witten, and she's a huge fan of Dave Ramsey Financial Solutions. And she is a change maker at heart, and a true change maker at heart. She's got a big, big heart. Spent some time with her down in Mexico in November, and thoroughly enjoyed that time. And she's the former owner at Affordable Furniture Warehouse. Today is owner and founder of her own business, new own business, because she's owned businesses before. And today it's all about we're going to be sharing sometimes angels who cross our paths don't have wings. So I'd like to officially welcome Sandy Maness. Thank you for joining us tonight on Testimonial Tuesday, Sandy. And tell us a little bit about who Sandy is.
Well, thank you so much for having me here, Jeffrey. Yes, it's been an honor and a pleasure to work by your side on this mission. And to just tell you a little bit who I am, like you said, a change maker at heart. I have always been a helper, the person to, a problem solver, someone in action, helping and serving. I am also the widow of my husband had brain cancer. He passed away from brain cancer almost 15 years ago. And then I went into labor with our son the next day. And so that plays a huge part into my interest in holistic health. And I have learned so much in that area. And now what I know now, I wish I would have known, 18 years ago. And I'm so grateful that these solutions that I was praying for years and years now exist. And I get to share them with the world as we lead this, global holistic mental wellness revolution. That's, it's my passion.
That's awesome. And I totally relate with you in regards to holistic wellness with my own health and journey that I've gone through. And you've gone through a lot, and I applaud you for being the courageous woman that you are, and being the mom to Witten, and providing all that value, being a single mom. So I applaud you in that. So, but for years, you've actually owned your own business. You owned your furniture business, and now you've transitioned into owning Sandy Maness, and you have a mission. And, you kind of led into a little bit about why you were looking for these solutions for a long time, and you were finally introduced. So talk about a little bit about how that happened for you, and what really excited you in regards to the platform that we're a part of.
Well, yes, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. Actually, my late husband and I started our first mattress business in Franklin, Tennessee, back, somewhere around 20 years ago. And so we built and grew that into a really nice business. And after he passed away, my son was born with CF and had, 4 surgeries before he was 5 months old. I knew that my son and being a mom was my number one job, my number one priority. So I did what I had to do. I sold that business. I took a few years off to make sure my son was healthy and doing well, and that his disease was managed. And then I chose to start another mattress and furniture business. I had moved cities and started from the ground up affordable furniture warehouse here in Texarkana, Texas in 2010. But some things happened, not only in the illness of my late husband, right? There was a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, associated with that, a lot of things that I saw. But right after he passed away and my son was born, I was in the hospital not getting sleep, right? He had 4 surgeries before he was 5 months old. Our closest family lived 5.5 hours away. I had lost, I had gained 64 pounds of baby weight during my son was 6 weeks early. So during that period of time, lost it all in a month. And so I just was not taking care of myself. I was not taking care of myself, not enough sleep. And I ended up having some struggles, there. And I was praying all these years for holistic mental wellness solutions. And, I saw a lot of things, with 3 years of brain cancer in the cancer field, and about 15 years now in cystic fibrosis and the mental health, the front lines of the mental health struggles. And I saw things that needed to change. And I'm a woman of integrity. I am, like I said, a change maker at heart. And I looked at business. First of all, there's a few reasons I actually pivoted, right? I had put my blood, sweat, and tears into my mattress and furniture business here in Texarkana, but I saw things going online, right? There were some huge threats to my mattress business and my ability to continue to function and to compete. And so that was becoming harder and harder each and every year. That and some shifts in our culture happened. And I saw that it was either time to pivot or I might not have an option, right? That going out of business may have been what happened for me. Plus I was aging. I was 39 years old, picking up these huge rugs, huge mattresses, furniture, pretty much operating this business 24/7 by myself. So I realized that was not going to be able to continue long term. I also realized that, my why wasn't big enough to keep doing that. And so I had a much bigger why, and it was to actually make an impact in mental health. And my heart was planted to build the holistic Maness Mercy Mansions, which are drug-free facilities for people who may experience poor mental health. So I decided, yes, I cannot be 80 years old and know what I know and see what I've seen and live with myself if I don't at least try. So I started off on this venture to build these, Maness Mercy Mansions. And I was praying for holistic solutions to actually, help people balance. I knew what needed to be done because I've had some experience. And so one day I'm scrolling Facebook and I see this ad and it says holistic mental wellness. And so I had never seen mental wellness before, and I had never seen holistic. And I was like, I better call because I don't know how many times this is gonna, I would see this again. So I called and I reached my now senior leader, and I told her, I'm going to build these, drug-free facilities for people with poor mental health. I'm looking for holistic solutions to help them balance. And, asked her about what she had, and she was like, this would be awesome. So of course, I'm the type of person of integrity. I would not give someone a solution that I wouldn't take myself. So what I did, I signed up for the flagship pack and a few other of the holistic items. And I ended up getting my own experience, which was amazing. So
you're a product of the product. And that
yes,
being
what happened
a woman
actually blew my mind.
Yeah. And that's the same with me. I actually wanted to try the products and be a product of the product to make sure that I was comfortable sharing that with others. And you talk about, you're a change maker at heart. And one of my favorite phrases that I learned from an event that I attended is game changer change before change is required. And that's kind of what you did with your business, is you saw the light and things were changing and you needed to make some changes in order to accommodate for those changes. And that's really awesome, because that's really necessary for many, many people out there. And, we've got a lot of things happening in regards to, the health crisis, the epidemic that we've got going on, people losing their jobs. So, but with that, share with the viewers, this insight too. I love the title, Sometimes Angels Who Cross Our Paths Don't Have Wings, and share that little story with us, and how you came about that.
Sure. So I guess when you think of that phrase, I think of servant leadership, right? Which is when I called our senior leader, saw that ad, and I told her that I wanted to build these holistic mental wellness facilities. She talked about servant leadership and giving, that once we will do so well financially, once we make, help so many people, that we will actually be required to give back to some kind of foundation or something. Right. And I was down in Mexico with you and our founder this past November 2020, and it was amazing. And it made me think, our founder, 𝗙𝗪𝗡, is just an amazing leader. He is multi-millionaire. He did not have to sacrifice his time, his family, right? He could be on a beach somewhere, right?
Right.
Right now, but instead he chose to give this gift to us, which ultimately helped heal my body and, help me quit smoking finally, help me come off the 22-something Diet Cokes a day I was drinking a day, and has helped my son who has CF, right? He was on about $7,500 a month in medicine.
Wow.
Before these solutions. Yes. It was a pretty stressful life, right? And because of 𝗙𝗪𝗡's sacrifice and that servant leadership to go first and to have the integrity to do what's right, even when he didn't have to, is just, that would pretty much describe, some angels are walking all around us. And I hope the people that I help every day, I hope they feel the same about me, right? I've committed my life to helping others with things that are greatly needed for our health.
Absolutely. And you're an angel that doesn't have wings, and I look at myself as an angel not having wings, because we are here to really provide value and insight to people who are seriously looking for other options, because so many people that I talk to are just sick and tired of being sick and tired, not getting better, and they're frustrated. They don't know where to go. They don't know where to turn to. And this is what we're here for. That's our mission. Our mission is to be that servant leader, if you will, and provide this value, because we are having massive changes in children and in adults in regards to their physical and mental wellness. Share a little bit about Witten's change from where, before he got, incorporated this holistic lifestyle protocol into his life. Where was he before, and where is he now today?
Well, honestly, so he was on 5 medications that were ingested that he had been on, some of them since he was 2 weeks old. So the way the health system is, and the lack of options, right? When he was 2 weeks old, a baby, had been through all this, I really felt I had no other options. I felt that I had to do what they say, pretty much, whether we knew if they were working or not. And, it left me in a huge financial bind, right? My health insurance is outrageous, just the premium alone. And I had hit, until last year, my medical deductible of $5,800, which I have to hit that before it covers anything else. And I had hit that every year since my late husband had been diagnosed with brain cancer until this past year. So about 17 years, 18 years of hitting that medical deductible, just
Right.
outrageous expenses. And what would happen every January, right? I would need the $5,800 again. That's like buying a used car with cash every January. And so I had
Yeah.
been doing this, but it was getting harder and harder. And so that financial burden was huge. But not only that, but the side effects. And, you know, I had just in my own health and I guess in Witten's health, never really taken the time to look at what the prescription said, right? The side effects could be. And
Sure.
what I learned is I dug deeper into his meds was that some of the medicines he was taking to help him feel better could have actually been what was causing some of the side effects for him to need other medicines.
Yes.
And as he started on these solutions, the holistic solutions, we kept him on the, you know, solutions. We worked with the doctor, and slowly as his gut-brain axis healed, he was able to come off
Yep.
one at a time. And so thankfully, just here in January, he switched from a mega dose of a CF vitamin, cystic fibrosis vitamin, that he had been on in some form or fashion since he was a baby, is now on our holistic mental wellness vitamins. And he also switched off. There were enzymes that he would have to take every single time he ate, and they were about $3,500 a month. And
Wow.
like I said, just unrealistic. I couldn't afford it. Yeah. And so thank God to our community and some recommendations. Someone was able to make a recommendation of something that was holistic, so it doesn't have the side effects, and that I can buy on Amazon or wherever, right? So it's over the counter and has been very beneficial.
That's awesome. These are the stories that people need to hear. And thank you for sharing that. We're coming up towards the end of the interview. And one last thing here is, what is one thing that you would like to share with our viewers who might be looking for that one glimmer of hope? Because I know you were hoping, I was hoping. And the hope is to improving their physical and or mental well-being. What would that nugget or seed be?
That this new science is amazing. There is a real paradigm shift in the way we think about health and physical health. And that what we are seeing in the science is that even if you have some predisposed gene, whether it's diabetes or whatever, right? CF, if your body, your gut-brain axis is in order, your proper nutrition, you don't necessarily have to express the gene, is what or have the symptoms of that. To me, that is so much, right? It brings so much hope into my life with CF, because I was told since my son was little that most CF kids are in the hospital 2 to 3 times a year for a tune-up, you know, which is IV antibiotics, right? And fortunately for us, that wasn't always the case. But last year was the very first time he has not been on an antibiotic since in over a year. That has not happened in his life. And every year of his life, since he was a baby, at the doctor every 3 months at least for a checkup. That was their standard procedure, which is not cheap. And then also the antibiotics, 3 or 4 rounds of antibiotics. And what I've learned is that can really mess your gut up. Yes. Which is all disease starts in the gut. So that would be the last thing we would want to do. So giving you hope on that side, and also on the financial side, I think it's important that we are a category creator in mental wellness. And, you know, we are going in 4th year of business right now. And just on the 15th March, you can find in the Wall Street Journal, there's 3 articles. 2 of them are about mental wellness. One of them is about the microbiome. So you can see the financial opportunity in this too, and the digital capabilities that we have to operate businesses from our house. You may have actually heard my son some laughing and playing downstairs. So for a widowed me, it provides a great opportunity for financial wellness while we're doing well and helping others do the same.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sandy. That's incredible. You talked about the genes, and we can change our genes. And it's being proven. I talked about this afternoon on an interview that I read articles that you can change genes by feeding your body temple with the right protocols and the right foods. So thank you for joining me today. You provided a lot of value. I'm very, very appreciative and humbled that you had the time to join me this evening. And for anybody out there who is joining us live or going to catch us on the replay, definitely hit us with some comments or or questions. If you have questions, we'll definitely circle around. And if you're interested in getting some information, just put interested, and we'll circle around with you and get back to you with that. Thanks very much. Thanks, Sandy. Have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.